was hard to reconcile the old Leigh with Dr. Somerall now, until she went off on him. He glanced down at the coffee, which was no longer hot. This was supposed to be a peace offering. He put the 2 cups in the microwave and nuked them. You need me to stick around? If you don't mind. If she'll let me, I'm going to drive her home, and you can drop her car off. Then I'll bring you back for yours. Why not just let her drive herself home? I told you, she may be in danger. Tony knew he was dying. He used his last breath to make me promise to protect her. Maybe she knows. She only knew we were meeting. Then I don't see the problem. Why would anyone want to hurt her? Because there was more to our meeting. Tony was bringing information he said the feds would be interested in. It was on a flash drive, and the killer must have taken it because Tony didn't have it on him. And you're sure Leigh doesn't know anything about it? Ben shook his head. Then I'm telling you, you're worrying for nothing. The killer may not know that. I just have this gut feeling. If Tony knew he was dying, maybe he wanted you to be there for her in the days after his death. Maybe. He took the hot coffee from the microwave. I'll call you in a few minutes and let you know about the car. Ben walked back down the hall to the doctor's lounge and pushed the door open with his elbow. I know you told me you wanted to be alone, but I figured. Leigh was sitting on the floor with her back against the wall, turning something on her keyring over and over in her hand. He set the coffees on the table and knelt beside her, inhaling the rose petal scent she'd always worn. Even after 10 years, she made his heart do funny things. Are you okay? She glanced up at him with red-rimmed eyes and took a shuddering breath. Tony's really gone, isn't he? I'm afraid so. He sat on the floor beside her, the stained concrete cold and hard. Thanks for coming back. I didn't leave. Just went after coffee. Hazelnut, the kind you always liked. He reached for the coffees and handed her the cup with the creamer in it. You remembered? That and so much more. He shrugged away the memories from the summer before their junior year in college and sipped his coffee. For a minute he said nothing. A wall clock ticked minutes away as they both sat on the floor and drank their coffee. 100 different apologies ran through his mind, all lame. He sucked in a breath. I'm sorry. She leaned her head against the wall. I know. I didn't mean to sound more interested in finding my dad's shooter than about Tony, but I want to find out who killed him, and that seemed a logical place to start. He shifted on the hard floor. You reminded me of the Leigh I knew back in high school, the one with an attitude and temper to match. I wasn't very nice back then. You were nice enough. Can we start over? From tonight? Yeah. So, Leigh wanted to pretend their summer romance so many years ago never happened. He wished he could, or could understand why she never returned his phone calls. But if that was the way she wanted it, he could play by her rules, which was probably better anyway. She had her brother's death to deal with, and he had a case to solve, one where she could end up being a victim. He certainly didn't need to carry any baggage into the case. He stood and offered her a hand up. How about we sit somewhere more comfortable? Leigh hesitated only for the briefest moment, then allowed him to pull her up. In spite of his resolve, her touch sent a shiver to his heart. She settled in a brown leather recliner, and he took the chair facing her. I'd like to drive you home. Home. She sighed the word, then lowered her gaze.